Good morning. This is Marshall Davis. The political climate in America is getting crazy. It's been crazy for a while now. A survey released this week by LifeWay Research reported that half of all pastors reported having heard people in their congregations repeat conspiracy theories. And there's an article just out 6 days ago in which a woman said that she believes that Trump won the 2020 election with the same certainty that she believes in God. Now, I'm sure she said that meaning to bolster the credibility of her conspiracy theory, but when people hear that, all it does is put faith in God on the same level as a conspiracy theory. No wonder so many people are skeptical of the members of organized religion. Conspiracy theories have been around for quite a while, but they seem to have gotten worse in the last few years. It's only in the last few years that I have started hearing phrases like fake news and alternative facts. Now, what the heck is an alternative fact? Some of the theories out there are downright nuts. Have you ever read what QAnon really believes? A recent article in Christianity Today says that evangelicals disproportionately believe in conspiracy theories, especially QAnon. And this is coming from an evangelical Christian magazine. Now, what does this say to people about Christianity? One thing these last few years have taught me is how easily people are fooled, including us. Our brains are not as reliable as we think they are. How easy it is for the human mind to believe almost anything. I guess this has always been the case, from flat earthers to UFO abductions to those who say that the moon landing was a Holocaust, was a hoax, and the Holocaust was a hoax. But nowadays, people take every event that's reported in the news and they twist it so that it fits their preconceived political point of view. They can take things that happen and turn them into exactly the opposite without even noticing what they're doing. It just shows the power of confirmation bias. And when we enter into the world of religion and spirituality, there are no holds barred in this self-deception. People can hold any beliefs that they fancy, no matter how bizarre. All religions sound really weird if you look at them objectively. My Christian religion sounds weird. I mean, Christians believe things like the dead coming back to life, virgin births, people walking on water, not to mention talking snakes and magical trees. And other religions are just as weird. Christianity does not have a monopoly on crazy. They all sound like conspiracy theories. What is a conspiracy theory anyway? Well, Merriam-Webster defines it as, I quote here, a theory that explains an event or set of circumstances as a result of a secret plot by usually powerful conspirators. Also, a theory asserting that a secret of great importance is being kept from the public. That sounds like religion to me. I mean, all religions claim to have a unique knowledge not available to those outside of the religion that explains the true workings of the universe. Christianity says that everything that happens is actually orchestrated behind the scenes by an impersonal, by an invisible, all-powerful deity. Christians claim to have evidence of the truth of this in a divine book, which was revealed to ancient people thousands of years ago. You know, we Christians think, no, our religion is not a conspiracy theory. It's true. But isn't that exactly what other religions think about theirs? Isn't that what Muslims think? And Scientologists and Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses and the suicide cults of Heaven's Gate and the People's Temple of Jonestown? To us, other religions sound like crazy cults and conspiracy theories. To others, our religion sounds like a cult or a conspiracy theory. And we think, how could they believe something like that? You know, when we are immersed in and believe in a conspiracy theory, we don't see it as a conspiracy theory. We think it is the truth. If we are honest with ourselves, we have to admit that we might be deceived about the things that we believe are most true. In my experience, the more certain and adamant a person is that they are right, the more likely it is that they are wrong. We cannot be sure our minds are correctly sorting out what is real and what is not, what is true and what is false. We are all vulnerable to deception. That does not mean we retreat into despair and relativism and solipsism. It does mean that we maintain a healthy skepticism when it comes to our beliefs, including our religious beliefs. It means we are willing to examine and deconstruct our beliefs thoroughly and are willing to doubt everything that we believe and test everything against commonly held standards of common sense and reason. It should also encourage us to practice humility when it comes to others' beliefs. Others' beliefs may be no crazier than our own. This epidemic of self-deceptions, conspiracy theories, hoaxes, and lies is evidence to me that our perception of the world is most likely illusory. The Hindus call this Maya. Maya, as I understand it, does not mean there's no truth or objective reality. It means that we cannot know it. That the universe is not what we think it is. That it's like a mirage or an optical illusion. Something is there, but it's not what we think it is. It makes me think of the story in the Bible about the prophet Elisha in 2 Kings, where the eyes of the servant of Elisha were open to the spiritual reality around them. Elisha prayed, "Open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see." And then the Lord opened the servant's eyes. This theme of eyes being opened is repeated throughout Scripture, Old Testament and New Testament. Whether it be Balaam's eyes open to the angel of the Lord that was right there on the road and he didn't see him, or the disciples' ears and eyes open to Christ, whom they had walked with on the Emmaus Road, whether it be Adam and Eve's eyes opened in the Garden of Eden when they ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or the Apostle Thomas's eyes opened to see the risen Christ in the upper room. The fact that it is likely that the story of the two disciples walking with the risen Christ on the Emmaus Road is actually designed as a reversal of the story of Adam and Eve eating of the tree of good and evil in the Garden of Eden. They both say, and their eyes were opened and they knew. One is about opening to duality, and one is awakening to non-duality. And both are true. One awakes from pre-conscious unity to conscious duality. And then one awakes from dualistic consciousness to non-dual awareness. This is why non-dual awareness is often referred to as awakening. It is having one's eyes opened to see the whole, whereas before we could only see the parts. One sees the forest for the trees. The parts are still there, but they are viewed as a whole. The ego and mind are still there and still just as deceptive as always, just like the serpent of Eden, luring humans with duality. Duality is true in a sense, but is only half true. And as they say, a half-truth is a whole lie. The dualistic world is true, but it's only half true, and therefore a whole lie. The mind spins conspiracy theories like a spider spinning a web, and we get ourselves caught in our own webs. We believe the fanciful tales our egos tell us. Those tales take the form of political conspiracy theories or religious conspiracy theories, complete with good guys and bad guys, gods and devils, spiritual heroes and villains, reward and punishment, heaven and hell. It's all illusion. At their worst, religion serves conspiracy theories that distract one from the bigger truth. Reality is one, non-dual. It includes good and evil. It is all and transcends all. Couldn't what I'm saying here now be one of these spiritual conspiracy theories? Well, my answer to that is yes. When non-duality is turned into a worldview, it is false. When it is turned into a philosophy or a religion or a guru personality cult, then it's just another trap for the ego to get caught in. Non-duality must not be believed in as an alternative explanation of how the universe is. It's not a competing interpretation of the world. Unitive awareness is simply what is, without labels attached to it. You can't attach spiritual labels to reality any more than you can attach Post-it notes to water. It doesn't accept labels. Ultimate reality is simply what is. It is directly seen and known to be. Well, should you believe my words? No. If you believe what I say, then my words become just another conspiracy theory. A non-dual, spiritual conspiracy theory. Do not believe anything that I say or anyone says, especially those who claim to have spiritual or religious authority. They are the real con men and women. Look and see for yourself. That's the only way. That is why this is called the pathless path. There's no path because there's nowhere to go. This is it, here and now. Look for yourself. I invite you to open your eyes and see. And that is it for today. Grace and peace to you.